Hey guys, we Bradley here. We're talking about the earthquakes, San Jose. Obviously, as we always do, we're just gonna jump right in and start with the back with Bingham. Bingham was fantastic last year, right? Like, you look at his numbers and you think, really? San Jose had like one of the best goalkeepers points-wise in the league. Hard to believe, but it is true. Young guy. Really talented. Very, very talented. $6 million, obviously. It's paying more than some of the other goalies you can get out there, but he's worth it. I think San Jose has a pretty decent start to the year this year. Pretty decent schedule. And I think we'll be good this year. Another year under the same coach. A lot of high hopes for San Jose. So we're going to move up the field. Obviously, in the middle, we've got Clarence Goodson. I'm a big fan of him. And of course, Bernardes. Sorry. We'll list them both at the same time. Makes the videos go a little faster. Goodson and Bernardes are both $7.5 million. I think that's a really cheap price for them. Bernardes sometimes takes PKs or free kicks, like long-range bomber free kicks. I think 2 years ago he had a goal that was like, I don't know, like 35 yards out on a free kick, just like had a huge run up and BAM! Went in the net. So Goodson, Bernardes, both great options. Obviously, Goodson has a past with the national team. I don't know if he's trying to get back into the national team or not. I don't think he is. But, oh, puppy's crying. He must be hungry. But I gotta make my videos. I actually have Goodson on my team. I think he's going to be even better than he was last year. Bernardes is still a really strong option. Tends to get red cards here and there. But who doesn't? Everybody does every once in a while. It just happens, part of soccer. So we're going to move out to the sides. Marvel Wynn, very fast dude. Came from Colorado. Playing with a toy. Okay, not Wynn. My dog is playing with a toy. Marvel Wynn's not doing that. He might be. Anyway, sorry. Awkwardness! Marvel Wynn's very fast guy. Can track just about any winger on the field. We'll stick with him and put up a pretty good fight. Had a pretty good year last year, but he is $7 million. I think it's a little more pricey than I would want to pay for a guy in his position. You know my theories if you've watched any of my videos before. But if you want a cheaper winger at a better price, you can go with Sean Francis. Going to be playing on the other side of the field by the looks of it. Pretty good player. Didn't play all year last year in a starting role. About 1,600 minutes. But he's cheap. So he's definitely got that going for him. You also have to mention Jordan Stewart. You've seen him around the MLS, a few different teams here and there over the last, well, I guess maybe not. He's only been in the MLS for 3 years, making me look like an idiot, Stewart. Or I guess I'm making myself look like an idiot. But I think he plays more of a central defender role. So Goodson or Bernardes gets called, like I know Bernardes gets called up to his national team. So he might be a fill-in, but yeah, don't pick him. I just wanted to mention his name because I like him. I think he's a good player. All right, moving up the field. We've got two different lists we're looking at here again, goal.com and MLS.com. Most of these guys are similar, except goals.com left out one of my favorite players. We'll get to him. I guess first off we'll go with more of the defensive midfielder in Godoy. Anibal Godoy. Played a bit last year, 43 points, not anything to write home about. $7.5 million, as we keep saying, that's about average for that position, but it's probably not a guy you want to draft onto your team. Just the numbers just aren't there. Simply not good enough. Bonus points might help him, but again, there's going to be other options out there that get more points than he does, so don't pick him up. It's not often I say that, but don't do it. So then on our list we have Perez Garcia, who started with them last year and had a pretty decent season. He's not a big guy, but he's good. He really is good. He knows how to draw a foul, I'll tell you that much. I'm not a huge fan of divers, but he is good at what he does. $8 million, scored 123 points last year. That's pretty good. So not a bad option there, but if I was picking a midfielder from San Jose, I would have to go with what I was saying earlier. My favorite guy, Shea Salinas. He's one of the few players in the MLS that I've gotten a chance to talk to, because he was with the Union when he first started and had some injury issues and unfortunately was traded away. But I'm a huge fan of his. He has a lot of threats at his disposal. Great free kick taker, corners, all that stuff. His problem is his health. He doesn't always stay healthy, and sometimes I think he plays unhealthy, and it shows. He doesn't do as well. But he did score 139 points last year, and he's only $8.5 million. So I think he could be a bargain this year. I think he could get a lot of points out of him. Another guy we have to mention that they have starting. Didn't seem to play last year, but he played the year before in the MLS. So, Simon Dawkins, I think maybe some of you will recognize his name. Very fast guy. Not exactly sure where on the field he'd be playing. I don't know if him and Salinas will kind of be sharing the middle of the field, or Garcia. I mean, they're all kind of attacking-minded guys. And then here's the guy I don't know. Alberto Guerrero. That sounds pretty good. Guerrero. We're going with that. $6.5 million. Don't know anything about him. He didn't play last year. Don't pick him up unless he starts doing something. You can put him on your radar if you want, or your watch list or whatever, but not a guy to pick up. They also have some familiar names on here. They have Cato. They have Nyasi. So there's going to be maybe some changes here and there during the season. Just try to keep an eye out. So we're going to obviously move to the forwards where San Jose gets really good. They actually have a ton of forwards compared to most teams, which might be frustrating a little bit for, one of them's going to start. Now you know who exactly I'm talking about. But as far as the other forward that San Jose has, kind of hard to tell. I think we know who's going to start the season there, but we might not. I'm not sure. So obviously we have to mention Wondolowski, because he's been he actually is, I think, the supreme reigning goal scorer in the MLS currently. And he's not slowing down. I mean, he had a good year at the World Cup. Obviously, he had that huge miss in that one game that kind of cost us the game. But I love Chris Wondolowski. Great player. I actually have him on my team because I think he's going. A lot of people are passing by him. They're going for the Giovinco, the Kamara, the Villa. Wondolowski's 10.5, so he's a little cheaper than those guys, and I think he will produce just as well. Good week 1 matchup at home. So I'm going to start the season with him for sure. Next to him, who's going to start? Good question, Brad. Right now, it looks like Amarikwa. I think he has had the strongest preseason out of all the other guys, and he's gotten a lot of starts. And he is like the engine that could. Like, he just doesn't quit. Like the Energized Buddy. That's a better analogy. He just keeps going. He's great at drawing fouls. He's great at getting into positions where he has to be fouled. And $7.5 million. He's going to score goals this year. I know that for sure. How many? Is he going to constantly start? I don't know, because we have to look at the list of other guys they have for their forward section. They have Chad Barrett. They have Adam Kahn, whatever. They have good old Len Hart, who I like to call Len Fart, because he's a punk, man. But he's good at what he does. They have Tommy Thompson, who I know a lot of people love. Homegrown player, lots of skill, kind of like a ship. And then they also have Innocent Mgara. Yeah. $9 million. I think he is going to get in the the lineup at some point. He definitely showed it last year that he deserves to be there, but so does America. So it's hard to tell who's going to be in the starting lineup as far as the forwards go, except for Wondolowski. He's a lock. That is San Jose in a nutshell. As far as who I would pick, I'm going to sneeze again. Twice this time. Is that good luck? Salud, dinero. Need one more for love. But I've already got that in my life. Oh yeah. So yeah, top three. I'm going to start out with a defender for once. I'm going to start out with Goodson. I think he, at his current price, is too good to pass up. $7.5 million for a center back that you know is going to get a lot of points. He's cheap and he's worth it. I really do think. I don't think he's going to be getting called to national team, so he's going to be with the team most of the year. I could be wrong. He might show well enough this year that he deserves to be there. But he's my number one pick for San Jose. Secondly, obviously, Wondolowski, goal-scoring threat. You know he's going to be in the hunt. I mean, maybe he'll be in the hunt for the Golden Boot this year. I mean, there's a ton of really good forwards now in the MLS, which is super exciting. But I think he's still one of them. He still has the potential to do that stuff. Perez Garcia and him might have more of a connection this year, along with Salinas and whoever else is playing in those attacking roles. So Wondolowski, great guy to spend $10.5 million on. And then lastly, we're going to go with Bingham. Really good year last year. I don't think a lot of people that watch the MLS knew who he was, but come around this year, everybody kind of does. So definitely a solid guy to have in your goal. Good matchup again at home against Colorado for the first week. Good team. Excited for San Jose. I think they'll have a really good year. I keep saying well, not everybody, but I seem to say I hope they have a really good year for pretty much every team out there, except for New York Red Bulls. But yes, I hope they do well. Good luck in your fantasy season. I hope to see you guys out there. I hope you keep watching my videos and look for some help. If hopefully the MLS guys will put out some starting lineup videos because I love those videos. That's kind of my inspiration for making these. So good luck. Peace out.